It's a very dangerous man in Zhang. Both have power, and if the pre-fight talk is anything to go by, they both intend to use it. Zhang early will look to make a mark, Richie, I'm sure.
He'll be dangerous early, no doubt. Zhang has got decent power, decent boxer as well. Both, remember, have won Olympic silver medals, so they've got good pedigree, they're well schooled, both of them. And I was speaking to Bunsey earlier on about the movement before the contest, and with Joyce, he did it against Dubois up on his toes, and he may have to do that for a few rounds tonight. And he's underestimated in his movement, but it's actually getting to Zhang, and he can't afford to take too many early on, so he might be in and out with the feet, might be the order of the day early in this contest.
Joyce has come in at 18 stone 4, significantly lighter than when he fought Joseph Parker. Zhang's got about a stone and a half weight advantage over Joyce. Joyce in there at 37, knows he can't hang about if he wants to be a world champion. Time is even more pressing for Zhang, who's 39. And both of them know the rewards if they come through this one tonight unscathed. Zhang looking to land his first power shot, just starting to open up. Joyce takes the first big shot, bounces off that granite-like chin of Joyce. Although the man who hits like this, you don't want to take too many of them.
It's a confident start from Zhang. He's landed with some good left hands and that right hook. So Joyce has got to keep that movement going. He's got to move more to his left, but he's got to watch out for the right hook as he's moving to the left. But he's certainly been caught with a couple of big shots. The big shots have come from Zhang early.
Zhang is a southpaw. He's only been in one southpaw as a pro, Joyce. That was Lenroy Thomas back in 2018. But of course, the standard of the man he's in there, the southpaw he's in there tonight, is significantly higher.
Got to move a little bit more to his left here, Fletch, as Joyce. A little bit static. He keeps getting caught with that straight left hand, so he's got to move away from that shot. Pepper him with the jab, throw the right hand down the middle, but move more to the left and away from that left hand of Zhang. That's why Zhang's moving round now to his right, trying to bring Joyce onto that shot.
There's already a little bit of reddening around the eye of Joyce as well, which is something to keep an eye on from that left hand of Zhang. Must say Joyce looked fantastic on the scales yesterday, and you have to say, for a man who's in there at 19 stone 12, just short of 20 stone, Zhang, he looks pretty good in there as well, and he's already landing those big shots, Richie.
Yeah, pace at the moment is suiting Zhang. He's seeing these attacks coming. Joyce a little bit too slow on his feet, so he's got to quicken those feet up a little bit. Certainly in and out more with the feet. A little bit too static, Joyce, at the moment, and that's why he's getting caught with that straight left hand down the pipe from Zhang.
Right hooks and left hook crosses. You've got to wake up, and he's got to wake up, Fletch.
This is the WBO interim heavyweight title. 12 rounds in the copper box between Joyce in the grey and Zhang, the big man from China, in the predominantly gold trunks.
Like we spoke about, Fletch, the pace is suiting Zhang. I think there's got to be a tempo change here from Joyce. He's certainly got to get to his opponents a little bit more. He's got to have more movement with his feet, but he's got to throw more shots. At the moment, Zhang's in a comfort zone. He's just waiting for Joyce to come into range with fairly slow feet, and he's picking him off with those straight left hands.
Joyce has this ridiculously tough chin. Every time he's been hit on it as a professional, it just bounces off. It's going to be tested again tonight, though, by a man who can really hit. It's one of those heavyweight fights that you can't take your eyes off, because it can change at any second. Good work from Zhang, nice and accurate, plenty of power as well. He's made a good start here, Zhang, and did Joyce just take a backward step, Richie, there?
Yeah, it most certainly did. Got caught there left hand and that right hook. The right hook in particular, I think, is very dangerous from Zhang, but it goes.
Oh, big shot from Zhang. Joyce in trouble. Joyce in a lot of trouble. Well, that's something you don't see very often at all.
Tremendous shot, straight left hand from Zhang. Also, the right hook is his danger shot as well. So Joyce, yeah, he's got real problems in there. He's got to recover, and again gets caught, Fletch.
Straight shot right down the middle. Those legs of Joyce are wobbling. There's over a minute to go in the second round, and Zhang started this fight fantastically.
Again, more movement from Joyce from the left to the left. That's what he's got to do. That's better. That's a better attack from Joyce. He's got to close that gap down now. Get to him.
Zhang now knows as well that he can hurt Joyce, and that's significant for him in terms of his psychological approach to the fight and the confidence that he has in there. 50 seconds to go in the second round. It's been a really good round for Zhang so far. Joyce shaken up, Joyce hurt. And Joyce now just looking to try and up his own work rate in there.
Yes, he's recovered well as Joyce. And he's putting his shots together, but again, he just keeps walking onto that straight left hand. A little bit more head movement from him, and move more to the left, most certainly. He's gradually getting back into this round, but again, it's Zhang with that left hand again.
It's a long punch, and it finds the target pretty much every time he throws it. It's such a rare thing to see Joyce on unsteady legs in a ring, but we've seen that in the second round, and there's that left hand again, right through the... Zhang turns 40 in 17 days' time. He's got 17 wins inside the first 3 rounds, the big man from China. And he had Hrgovic down early in their fight as well, and a lot of people thought that he won that fight. He's made a fantastic start here against Joyce. He's got to find some answers to the problems that are being set for him in there.
You're just waiting for Zhang to throw that straight left hand again, aren't you? From him, I think Joyce here started the round fairly well, but he's got to up the pace, and again Zhang controlling things, and you just wait for him to throw that straight left hand down the pipe. And again, it's a very static opponent in front of him.
This looked like a dangerous fight when it was made. It looked as though Joyce was taking potentially an unnecessary risk, and a lot of that is coming home to roost here in the opening minutes of this fight here. There's a lot of damage already to the face of Joyce as well. He's got to do something here to change the demeanour of Zhang.
Yes, he's going to try and find a hard shot from somewhere, put on a bit of pressure, but at the moment, the pace, the power of his shots aren't really troubling Zhang yet anyway.
Joyce has won all 15 fights as a professional, 14 stoppages. He's got power too, but he's renowned for this granite-like chin, and that's being tested to the max by Zhang so far. Better work from Joyce, putting the punches together for the first time, really.
Yeah, he's got the good body shot from Joyce as well. But these are the opportunities when they're in close. He's really got to take them, Fletch. He's got to let his hands go here, Joyce, when he's on the inside, because Zhang seems to be controlling things at distance.
Right uppercut that they saw at the back of the arena that landed there from Zhang. I suppose the question is, how long can the big man fight at this pace? Don't forget, he's only a couple of pounds lighter than 20 stones in there, and he's setting quite a ferocious pace in there, Zhang, at the moment.
Yeah, good question there, Fletch, but he doesn't seem too ruffled by things at the moment.
There's that left again,
there's
Richie.
the left, so, you know, things are going his way, and he looks the more comfortable boxer in there.
We didn't think this would be a heavyweight fight that would let us down, and that's the case. Joyce took that shot really well. That was a good punch again from Zhang. Joyce standing his ground a lot more in the third round, asking questions of Zhang himself.
A bit better work from Joyce, just trying to get back into this contest. Volume's coming from Joyce, but the eye-catching stuff is most certainly from Zhang.
That's the end of the third round. You got along with that, Rich?
Absolutely, the way he's taking shots, the eye will close, so Steve's quite right. So he's probably he's got to get the job done here. He's got to up the work rate. I think he's got to get up closer to Zhang. At distance, he looks just staying there at distance. That was an example, just taking a shot there. I think Zhang's controlling things at distance. It's when Joyce is up close, then he's probably having a little bit more success, but he's got to get up to him.
Having tremendous success with that left hand, Zhang. He's been the boss in there so far. Maybe the clock started to tick as well for Joe Joyce if Steve and Richie are right about the eye. That was damaged very early in the first round as well. The reddening and swelling came very early in the opening round.
Volume of shots again coming from Joyce. Not a lot of power in them. He's just peppering Zhang at the moment. And trying to whip that right uppercut into the body.
There's that left hand again, Richie, which he can't miss with at the moment. I mean, the general consensus yesterday when we saw him on the scales and the fact he was 18 stone 4, we expected him to be up on his toes in the early rounds, but he's standing there and he's not really got the size to absorb what's coming his way at the moment, Joyce.
Very static target indeed, Joyce. That's better from him there, switching. But again, just comes out with his hands, maybe a little bit low, but gets caught again. Flex with that straight left hand.
Halfway through the fourth round, these are worrying times in there for Joyce, who takes another one. See the spray coming off the head of Joyce. Full credit to him, Richie. There aren't many heavyweights who would have taken this volume of heavy shots and still been standing in there.
Right. Some hard shots here, and again.
Zhang knows he's in the last chance saloon in many ways, and he's fighting that way.
Better shots again from Zhang.
Seems folly at the moment, Richie, for Joyce to stand right in front of him and try to trade.
It's incredible, Fletch, you know, he's just getting caught with that straight left hand. This is where he's got to try and do more work on the inside there. That's a better right hand from Joyce. Good response.
Probably the best one he's thrown in the fight so far. Long right hand that found the target. Zhang shrugs it off, lands the left himself. 30 seconds to go in the fourth round. Every round has been ultra competitive. One point that does need to be made, though, is that Joyce does tend to work his way into fights, and Zhang is the fighter that tends to come out quickly. That's the way this has gone.
Most people said, didn't they, that Zhang would be dangerous early in this contest, and that's how it's turned out to be. But we didn't quite expect such a static target that Joyce is giving him.
This is some fight. This is a heavyweight slugfest.
Than we expected, and Joe expected.
Fifth round scheduled for 12. WBO interim heavyweight title. Joe Joyce has come out fighting at a much higher pace here at the start of this round.
That's better from Joyce, up close now, starting to score well to the body as well. And Zhang urging him on, but that's an indication that he's been caught with a couple of shots, Zhang here. So better start there from Joe Joyce.
So used to seeing Joe Joyce being the bigger man in situations like this, but tonight you've got a juggernaut up against an 18-wheeler, and Zhang up to now hasn't taken a backward step. A lot of damage to the face of Joyce, to the eye in particular.
Nice little left hook on the inside there from Joyce. It's caught though, but there's a lot of damage. As Steve has said, on that face, that eye again is swelling up.
The right eye is almost closed at this stage. Howard Foster is the referee, just warning the two of them about their heads. Joe Joyce is throwing the higher volume of punches, but the better punches are coming from Zhang.
Yeah, the quality shots are coming, the eye catches are coming from Zhang. Certainly this round.
Good shot.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
Long left hand. Joyce throwing the right. Joyce digging into the canvas, hitting the body of Zhang, who responds with a left hand of his own, halfway through the fifth. A massive concern for the eye of Joyce. Surely you can't see those punches coming.
Bad, that's a nasty injury. That eye is swelling, and again, it's going to affect their vision. Maybe a decision for the referee later on.
This is
How long will it last?
This is a huge crisis in the career of Joe Joyce. Serious damage to the eye. Zhang landing good shot after good shot. He's been wobbled, he's been rocked. Has to do something here to turn the fight his way.
He certainly outworked Zhang in this round, Fletch. Eye-catching shot has come from Zhang, but volume of punches, most certainly again, from Joyce. Better. He's up the work rate here.
All of a sudden, the referee becomes such an important man in there because he's got to decide how much more damage he's prepared to allow Joyce to incur on that eye.
It will be a big decision for the referee.
Zhang's looked pretty cool, calm and collected from the opening bell. Final few seconds of the fifth.
But a better round for Joe Joyce in terms of that work rate and volume of punches. He's outworked Zhang in this round, no question.
For now to carry on, Richie, but he can't have much more time in there.
No, he's just got to go for it now, Joe Joyce. All or nothing now, because that eye is not going to be able to take much more damage. And, you know, we're questioning him now about the vision of Joe Joyce. And again, he's getting caught with that left hand.
Sixth round. He needs to pull something from somewhere that is big, quickly.
This is where he's got to do more work, Fletcher, on the inside here, but the quality shots just aren't there from Joe Joyce, but that's where he's got to work a little bit harder, whip that right hand downstairs to the body.
The eye's got worse, significantly worse, from when the doctor had a look. Every time Zhang lands a shot, it swells a little bit more. How long will Howard Foster let it go?
That's the big question here. And again, he's getting caught left, right and centre with that left hand from Zhang. Again, the movement's a little bit more to the right. He's moving on to that shot, got to move to his left. Too static and getting caught with that straight left hand every time. And Howard Foster's now having another look.
Here comes the doctor again for the second time in round 6. Howard Foster looks at Joe Joyce, he stopped it. Zhang has beaten Joe Joyce, whose unbeaten record is gone. And the big man from China has caused a heavyweight sensation at the copper box. The damage to the eye of Joe Joyce has led to the fight being stopped.